Shoo, ee, ooh, ee. I am Robo Matt Damon. Nah, just kidding. It's me, Gary Bear, and it's time for another Gary Bear review. But this time we're going over Elysium. Yes, Robo Matt Damon is in this, so make sure you guys get your oil cans ready. It did have a good storyline. It definitely worked for me. It was weirdly tolerable and followable. Well, maybe not followable, I would say. More barely followable. There are some parts of the story where I just thought, wow, this is actually happening. This was actually greenlit as a story. The thing is, the story was a standard sci-fi storyline. It had a normal guy being put into a weird aspect of a situation, and then you add, you know, aspects of aliens or things being attached to you to make you better. It was an obvious story, which is what I'm getting at. Which in hindsight, it was an interesting idea. I love Matt Damon; he's a great actor, but he could have picked, he could have and has obviously picked better roles than this. I mean, half of them are with his best friend Batfleck. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. Um, he, you know, the thing is about this film is that it's pretty much all flash and very little substance. It's true, yes, Neil Blomkamp is the bona fide genius with the special effects and the CGI master of his films. This man who wrote and directed District 9 and was it what it ended up being? It ended up being what it was. It was a sleeper hit. Nobody figured it was going to be as big as it thought which it was going to be, and it was huge. It grew in a great audience, like a Doctor Who fandom or a Firefly fandom. It boosted a fan base that actually liked it and loved it. Um, Here it was pretty much the same. It was visually fantastic with a good story to boot. With Elysium, it was completely amazing. I mean, I loved Elysium itself. Looked like Halo, and inside it looked as if it were Hamptons in space. I mean, you can't compete with that. It was actually really beautiful to look at. The skyline, the mountains, the buildings, everything. I mean, even the surgery when Damon's character Max goes under the knife for the exoskeleton, so he can go up to Elysium to take down, the the government up there. It was brutal to watch because it was so realistic and it looked, and since it was rated R, they showed you a lot that went down during the surgery. Now, some people, not all, but I'm just saying, some it may be hard to watch. So if you do see it, it's definitely a warning that it's there and blood is waiting. It was very brutal to watch, and and honestly, the casting, it didn't have enough for me. I don't know what to say. It didn't. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it's good enough. I mean, not even Matt Damon could help it. Bringing in Jodie Foster, William Fichtner, Farron Tahir, who they couldn't even do anything. Now, if you don't know William Fichtner, you should, because if you don't know him, he's from Prison Break, and he made his way to Elysium. And as for Farron, he's from 24, Iron Man, Lost, Supernatural, the new version of Dallas, the continuation, and Warehouse 13. I mean, this guy has been everywhere imaginable. I mean, you can't watch anything without probably seeing him somewhere in a role, even if it's a small role. Even with this imaginative collection of a casting, still weren't able to pick up the slack of the bad writing and the the slack of everything here. I mean, Jodie Foster, I gotta say, I fucking hated her character so much. I wanted to hit her. Her accent was so annoying. There was no need to have that really weird, like, it's like Cockney. It's not Cockney. I don't want to say it's not British. It's like a branch off of Britain. It's just really bad. I just could not stand it. Like every time she talked, I just wanted to. This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. Shtick. You know, I just wanted her to shut up. I really hated her. But the thing is, all in all, if you want to see it, then go for it. You know, I'm caught in the middle because the story isn't really good enough for me to actually like it. But the thing is, it's visually enough for me to be like, yeah, I love it. I can't, you know, I want to see this. I'll spend my money on it. I'm not comfortable saying I recommend it or not. I'm not saying that I do recommend it or not. I'm only stating what I saw and what should be said. Um, but what also should be said is make sure you guys subscribing to my channel. They're making me say that every single time. So make sure you do that by clicking Mr. Percy Jackson behind me. I do not have the Elysium poster because let's face it, I do not want a full poster of Robo Matt Damon in my repertoire of posters. And as for our next adventure is the comic sequel Kick-Ass 2. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one.